gone. The top part on this is phonetic. And let's take a look at it for a minute. We have a spear. That part is a spear. I don't think that it is actually where the character derived, but it might help you remember it. You've got a pie on this side, and then underneath a hung, an e, and a ko. So that may have had something to do with the defense of a city. This was anciently the name of a city. And then on the bottom we have sin, a heart, which anciently depicted the chambers of the heart with the aorta, simplified to that. So in writing the character, hung, pie, hung, shu, hung, ja, hung, and then xie, go, pie, dien, dien, xie, go, dien, dien, gan. Mao. So gan here, coming back here, gan means to feel. Mao means to risk. So basically we have a cover on the top and the eye underneath. So something we're afraid of, we cover our eyes. I don't know why that applies to having a cold. Hung, ja, hung, hung, shu. Hung, ja, hung, hung, hung. Oh. So we have the food radical here, which is a short form of sure, to eat, which probably depicted the old food pots that food was stored in anciently, sure. And then on the right-hand side, we have wa, which is phonetic in this case. Pie, hung, ja, shu, ti, dien, hung, shu, go, ti, xie, go, pie, dien. Xiang, to resemble, to be like. Xiang is anciently a depiction of an elephant. So animals in Chinese were depicted sideways. Well, let's see if we can come up with some kind of facsimile of what it looked like. Not much like that, but you get the idea. They depict them vertically because they were riding on bamboo strips and they needed to fit the vertical alignment of it. So eventually simplified to that. So in Chinese, an elephant is called da xiang. This character, in traditional characters, can stand in place of the word to resemble or to be like, or you can add the renzapong to it. So if you put the renzapong, it's used for its sound. In simplified characters, you always want to use this one to distinguish it from the elephant. Pie, shu. Pie, hung, ja, shu. Hung, ja, hung. So in simplified characters, these two strokes are combined. Pie, wan go, shu wan go, pie, 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 na. Shu. So in this character, we have this component, which is a hut or home or dwelling. It depicts it fairly well. And then the thing on the right-hand side, I believe, is a spear. So it's where, oh no, it's not. This means to give, to hand someone, to give a, it's an ancient depiction of a handshake. Oh, I was wrong on that one. So you can be thought to be phonetic or by extension comfortable, to feel well at home. Pie, na, hung, hung, shu, shu, hung zhe, hung go, dian, hung go, shu go, tou. So the traditional character for tou, or head, is this phonetic do, which is bean. That's interesting, since a bean can be a head in English. And then the right-hand side is phonetic. It shows something on over the eye, and then the legs below. So it's simplified to this old calligraphy form. Dien, dien, hung, pie, na, tou. By the way, tou means head, but it's also a common suffix to just make a noun out of another word, to make it an everyday two-syllable word. This character, this component is illness, and I don't know where it derives from. This, of course, is a shelter, so there might be some connection, but I don't know what it is. And then the phonetic below, dong, as in winter, this character can be pronounced tong in some places, but tongue for a headache. Dien, hung, pie, dien, dien, pie, hung, pie, na, dien, dien, tongue. Fa. This character has a broad range of uses. It means to emit or to give off. The traditional character refers to broadcasting things, but we'll just do the simplified form today. Dien, ja, I don't know what else to call that stroke. Pie, and then the right-hand component here. Hung, pie, na, dien, and now I will write it again larger. We'll call that shu, ja, pie, hung, pie, na, dien. Shao. This can mean to burn or just to emit heat, to be hot. So the left-hand side, fire, that's natural enough. The component on the right is a short form of a character that I realize I don't recall the traditional form all of a sudden. Yao is the name of an ancient king, so it's just used as a phonetic in here. Dien, dien, pie, dien, hung, xiago, pie, dien, hung, pie, shuan, go, shao, ke. So a mouth because you're coughing. This right-hand side, hai is a counting number for the 12 celestial stems, and it also is the designation for the zodiac of the pig. Just phonetic in this case. You'll remember it from ke, which means a quarter hour or to carve. Shu, hung, zhe, hung, dien, hung, pie, dien, pie, pie, dien, ke, and then so. This has three components. We'll leave the mouth part alone for now. This actually depicts, is pronounced shu, and it depicts a bunch of sticks, shown this way, wrapped together. So that's the phonetic, which contributes to this. Qian, which is an open mouth. Those two together make the phonetic for so, to cough. So the mouth shows that it's just used for its sound. And then we have hung, shu, hung, zhe, hung, shu, go, pie, dien, pie, hung, go, pie, dien, so. Bing. So this is the illness radical, Bing Zatao. And Bing is phonetic. It is another one of the counting terms. In this case, one of the 10 earthly branches. So to write the character Dien, Hung, Pie, Dien, Dien, Hung, Shu, Hung, Ja, Go, Pie, Dien, Bing. So this cow is related to the character Lao. It depicts a hand passing things down to younger generations. So Lao, here's the hand, the passing down of things, and this would be a person anciently, I think. Now in cow, this is the phonetic. It's pronounced cow. So, so you pass things on down. We teachers pass things down to the generations by giving tests or trials or exams. Hung, Shu, Hung, Pie, and then this cow is written a little bit differently. Hung, Shu, Ja, Ja, Wan. Go, cow. Fu means to restore, to return. The top part, that is part of a phonetic that has been simplified quite a bit. The bottom part is jur, a foot upside down, indicating the return back. So, Pie, Hung, Shu, Hung, Ja, Hung, Hung, Pie, Hung, Pie, Na, Fu. Swo indicates a place, and there are two components. The left side is hu, a home, a household, which is related to this character, which is shelter, related to this character, which is a hillside, a cliff, or a cave, a shelter. So you can see these all refer to shelters. This probably is also a depiction of half of a door, so by extension the whole household. So that indicates a place. The right-hand side, Jin, is again the axe. So you put your axe to the side when you come into the house. Swo is also phonetic for the grammatical term swo, that which is, or therefore. And we have Pie, 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 Hung, Shu, Swo. E as in medicine is borrowed for its sound. This component, originally Fong, depicts a quiver, something full of arrows, and this inside part is the arrow. So that's just borrowed for its sound in this case. Well, I won't go into the traditional character here. Hung, Shu, Ja, Pie, Hung, Hung, Pie, Dien, E, Yao. This bottom part is phonetic. We've got the silk radical and another phonetic, which produces the phonetic. This shao is spoon. Next to silk, just phonetic yeah, to make an appointment, to make a contract. And then we have the grass radical, cao zi, a depiction of the ancient form, depiction of grass, and it actually was written that way for a time. So yao refers to the herbs that medicines are made from. Hung, shu, shu. hung, ja, hung, ti, pie, hung, ja, go, dien. Sio. So this is just a picture of a person resting beside a tree. It's probably just phonetic. Or maybe the person is like a piece of wood, just totally resting. Pie, shu, hung, shu go, pie, na. Sio. Si means actually to breathe. Siosi means to rest, but si by itself means to breathe. So you have a depiction of zi. This is the nose, and sin, the heart. So you're resting your heart. You're actually self-satisfied with your mind the way it is. Pie, shu, hung, ja, hung, hung, hung. Dien, sia go, dien, dien. Juan. So originally this character meant water level, which is a little bit better in the traditional form. And I'll just write that really quickly right here. You actually have the san dian shui. So this meant a level of water. Simplified form, it turns into liang dian shui. And then jui, the thing on the right, is a long-tailed bird. You'll just have to take my word for it. Dien, ti, pie, shu. Dien, hung, 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 shu, hung. Juan. Bei. Juan bei. It means to prepare. The top part is a foot and sometimes a delayed walking. And then we have the field. So it's thought that maybe you prepared for planting by walking around your field. Pie, hung, pie, na. Shu, hung, ja, hung, shu, hung, bei. Bi. The traditional character shows the bamboo radical ju, tao, which looks like a segment of bamboo, sort of. That's the traditional radical. It's the radical in the simplified form too. The traditional form shows a hand, there's the hand, holding a brush. I'll write that in a second. And writing two lines. B. In simplified form, you put mao. This means fur or hair, so the bristles of the brush are represented, and then the bamboo handle. Pie, hung, dien, pie, hung, dien, pie, hung, shu, wan, go. Ji. We have the speech radical, which is the component form of yen, which anciently depicted a tongue sticking out of the mouth, yen, and then the right-hand side is phonetic, ji. Dien, hung, ja, go, hung, ja, hung, shu, wan, go, ji. To record or to remember. End of lesson 19.